Conor, welcome back to Portland. Overall, how excited are you for this race weekend?
Well, this is one of the tracks that I've raced at like the least in my IndyCar career, so it's just nice to get back and get some more experience. Qualified well here year one, but every year we've raced here, I've been a victim of the turn one chicane. So hopefully we can finally make it through. But it's a great racetrack, and we're all ready for it for sure.
Now you mentioned that first lap, first chicane area. I know you, for a while, Graham Rahal seemed to have the bad luck of every year being involved. Is there just something about that where I know Will Power during testing suggested maybe starting to race in the backstretch to avoid what we're seeing? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, it's just kind of the nature of the circuit, but realistically, the responsibility remains on us, right? Like, we're the ones who hit each other, and like we're, so if we as drivers can be, make slightly smarter decisions, that would be perfect. So we'll see what happens. I think they're going to move the start a little bit earlier, not quite on the back straight, but a little bit earlier, which will be helpful because if everyone's slightly separated a little bit more than, row by row, nose to tail, it might help. So we'll see. Hopefully we can all finally make it through here nice and clear.
And of course, one of the things we saw last year was how we saw some of the drivers up front get a penalty, go to the back, and work their way towards the front. Does that make it where qualifying, we know it's always important, but in the event, mid-pack, back of the field, the potential of a caution and the timing, you could be up there towards the front?
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about IndyCar racing is you can win from anywhere, you know what I mean? And I remember seeing where Alex Palou went last year and how so many of us got sent to the back last year. But if the strategy works out, if you time it perfectly, I mean, it doesn't matter where you start. So it matters to be fast when you have clear track, to pit at the right times, and if you can make that happen, it's still possible to have a great result. So it's one of those things that I like about this place is that, strategy can play in quite a lot. But we'll see what happens. Qualifying is always going to be important because it makes life a lot easier on you. But if something happens, anything's possible still.
And overall, how would you rate your season? I know racing full-time, Ed Carpenter racing, it's been a lot of fun, and especially we know you got a huge fan following, especially over at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How would you rate everything?
Well, honestly, all the stuff at Indy has been great. We had 3 really good qualifying results at Indy, good races at the 500. Every year you want to have a shot at winning the Indy 500, and we were very, very close this year, which is awesome. So overall, I think there's a few places where we just missed out a little bit on some results that hurts because I think there's we could have shown a lot better than we have. But we also have, some key things that both, for Renus and I for next year that I think we know we need to improve on. And, that's the goal in the off season, right? Is like to show it better for next year. But realistically, like statistically, it has been one of my better years, which is nice.
Conor, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.